God damn, that's loud on my end. God damn. Anyways, drawing time has come once again. And also, hold on, can I just let's hide this for now? Also, fortune time must occur. Where the hell's the dice robot? And by dice robot, I mean dice, like the actual dice. I don't know where I put it. Where did I put it? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Did I eat it accidentally? It'll be the third one this week. Where'd it go? For real though. Hey, hey. I swear it was here. I swear it was right here. Oh, there it is. I got it. All right. So, uh, got the cards set out, got all that stuff. I gotta make sure I'm in the right place to actually do this. All right, first dice roll. It always goes behind my computer. It is, drum roll, number 4. It's really sad with the music. It feels really sad with the music. Is the Magician upside down? That's not a good sign. What is the Magician? That is number 1. Upside down means recklessness. No, it means deceit. Right side up would be creativity and desire. Creation is what we're looking at there. That would be a nice thing to get, but we got it upside down, so it means deceit. Uh, Gadget. Can I get your opinion on the what would you categorize deceit as? Is deceit good or bad? Deceit is bad. Okay. What about card number 2? We could turn this around. We could turn this around. Number 2. You know what? The dice machine just broke. It is the Star. Actually, let's just oh my gosh, there it is, number 2. All right, the Star is number XVI. What the fuck is that's like 16, right? Uh, Upside down again, which is never really good, never really a good thing. That means faithlessness and insecurity. So we have right here, deceit and insecurity. That is those. I don't know how those play into drawing. Actually, I don't know how those how that makes any sense. But Gadget, what would you say the consensus is on insecurity? So that's also bad. So the conclusion is this is a bad fortune. I don't know what it has to do with drawing though, but it doesn't look very good. Doesn't look very good. Just like uh you know, I don't know. The joke to that is too obvious. What do you mean funny? All right. So I gotta get the actual thing open again. Son of a bitch. Okay. Now, there we go. All right. So I fixed it up a bit since the last stream. I don't know if it's in any way like tangible that any changes occurred, but they happened. I think it's mainly to this arm right here is where the changes happened. I think maybe some to the face, but the arm is definitely a work in progress. It's definitely a work in progress. Um, I'm trying to make it more like the reference image I'm looking at, which I think I still have on here. I can like pull it up again to make it for reference as to what I am looking at for this. Where is it? It is this. As you can tell, it's a bit different, but I'm trying to go for this, at least this kind of like arm pose for here, where it's like foreshortened. But as you can tell, it's nowhere near as foreshortened as it should be. Also, like the pom, it kind of maybe it's kind of is foreshortened in a similar way, but the pom pom is completely different. Like it's going like most of its mass is over here, while on this one, all of it is this way. Actually, you probably can't see my mouse. I'm like circling this with my mouse. You probably can't even see that. I'll like create a layer here. Hold on. Like I can't even highlight this on, but you can see on the other one, the pom pom is like this. Like the mass is like this way. But you can't even see that. Son of a bitch. It's like this. Actually, wait, no, it's for a better example, arm's moving this way. It's a really bad arm, but it gets the point across. And then pom pom is like this. But with this one, the pom pom is like this. So we obviously need to find a way to make it look more like that. But I don't really know how to draw that. If that, I guess that's why I remember thinking last time. Now I'm looking at like, why don't I just draw it that way? Why wouldn't I just draw it that way? Why can't I just do that? So I guess I'll try that and see if there's some type of catch I'm like forgetting. What's this other drawing in the bottom? Wait, hold on. Oh, this is like the oh, this is like the okay, so we can actually get a side by side on what it looked like last stream and what it looks like now. So this is like current drawing. Son of a bitch, just let me. Yeah, the arm has changed quite a bit. I think I even made the legs a bit smaller. Wait, no, the legs are about the same. So I remember changing the legs though. Maybe I changed those on stream, but the arm is different. I think the face is a bit different too. The arm is definitely different. I'm trying to make this look. I think that, yeah, this arm is also, the other arm's also different. But the goal is to make it look more foreshortened. Because the way it was in the previous one just looked really awkward. It didn't look like a natural position for an arm. So we're going to try to fix that up a bit. So we already have like some fixed up line work. We don't really need to worry about that as much. So if we can get the we still have a bit to do with the actual like line art though. But once we get that done with, we should be able to work on coloring. But we can not even get to that this stream because this is kind of like, it's some minor details, but it's like details that are noticeable in terms of like the arm looks unnatural and stuff like that. I should pull up the drawing right because I have the drawing on my phone so I can look at it like separately, like zoom in and all that. So it does if I were to try to redraw this thing, let's like erase this really quick. I can bring it back later, but for right now, let's just get rid of it. Only like more fancy ways I could get rid of this thing, while like, you know, like move it to another layer or something like that. But we're not gonna do that right now. So it looks like this. Doesn't it look weird though? What does the other pom-pom look like? Okay, that one's also different. That one's also like, there's a hand there that's holding it. And this one, can you see the part of the hand? I guess you kind of can. You can kind of see a little bit of hand there. I think I don't really know how to draw like kind of one of those like fuzzy pom-poms in this position. Could I just draw like, because pom-poms aren't really like fuzzy like that. I don't know. I'm just gonna have like vague circles for now, but so what does the hand look like on this? Let's try to do that first. I think I can kind of figure this out. Oh, that's way too big, but again, we can fix that. Shouldn't I know like I don't even have this visible, but hand kind of, it's like one of these type of like, Oh, this looks really bad. This looks really bad. All right. No, that was really. I'm really. It'll get better eventually. Just maybe. I mean, it can't really get much worse than this, right? It can't get worse than this, right? Like this is like as bad as it can get, right? And then it just kind of like can't even see the rest of it. So there's like some thing in the way. I don't even know what that is. I guess it's like the handle for the or like a handle for the pom pom, which looks like that. It doesn't look right though, but I mean, obviously it's like a first draft. That's a good excuse. That's a good excuse. Okay, so that's a decent excuse. I mean, it is a first draft, but of this hand at least. Not first draft of the drawing, but it looks very wrong. It looks very wrong. It looks so wrong. It looks so goddamn wrong. And the thing is, I'm looking the reference image I'm looking at, like it's like, oh man, if I could get one without like the giant fucking bracelet in the way, or like one with like one of this like hand pose without the. I guess I need the handle in the way because I need to know because the handle's an important part, I guess. I think it needs to be like moved or something. Maybe this needs to be bigger. No, it doesn't need to be that much bigger. Maybe like this is too big. It just doesn't look right. It's like something like something fundamentally wrong about this. I think it's because okay, so okay, let me like retry. Let me just retry this. I think this is like fundamentally kind of screwed up here. So there's like a line that goes, not a eraser, that goes like this. A finger like right here. And then another one. So this finger is like goes up and kind of this way. Other finger goes up a little this way. I could probably angle this a little bit better. So I can that way, down this way, and like that. With it kind of going like that, but the fingers are bigger. Well, I shouldn't say that makes sense because it's a pretty standard statement. Kind of like no, that looks so. It doesn't look like a hand. It does not look like a hand. It does not look like a hand at all. What is that? What type of shape is that? That's not a human hand. I think it's because it's like all this stuff is in the way. It's like screwing with my perception of it. It's one of those things that's probably not gonna look like a hand unless it's like done. Ugh. Let's just get this. Can I like copy paste and get this thing out of the way? Probably can. I want to like move this thing to a different. I guess I don't really need it, but I'm just gonna move it like over here. It's just gonna move it away. So, I think one thing that needs to be done is this entire shape needs to be moved like this. So now the position is very off. And then like that. And then that line kind of goes down this way. This one kind of goes over here. Maybe the hand's too small now. Because this hand is supposed to still it's supposed to still, oh god. Oh god. It's supposed to still look like like that. Like this part's still supposed to go out this way. Right now it's like that. So you need to, but if I do it the other way, it looks like it's too big. It's like that's like how I had it before, and I was like, oh, that's gotta be wrong. Like that? Isn't that exactly how it was before? So that's exactly what it looked like before. Ugh, this is gonna drive, this part's gonna drive me insane. Something kind of like that. I mean, I guess that works. I kind of wanted to erase it anyways. I think this needs to be more like that. It looks more like it looks a little more like a hand now. Kinda more like a hand, not much. A little bit more though. The fingers still look weird, I think. I think it's because this finger is supposed to be more like that. But not like that. In a way which I will also need to figure out what the hell that means. I don't know what that means either. And then the entire pom-pom is going to need to be moved. I think the entire hand also needs to be like grown a bit. I think right now it's too small. It is just generally a little too small. I guess we can. It's not like a low priority, but I guess we can take care of that now. Maybe not that big. I like that. The arm looks wrong though. Maybe it is. I think it is actually. I think it needs to be like a little less thick. I'm looking at it. And this needs to be a little like more like that maybe, as opposed to very like a jarringly like distinct between the like upper arm and lower arm. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what they're called. I didn't say human anatomy. I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I'm pretty sure I would have remembered taking an entire college course on something. I think I would have remembered that. I feel like that's not something you just forget. It wasn't even that. I graduated like last year. It's not that long ago. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would have remembered that. The whole thing looks wrong. Yeah, I think on this thing, it's just the arm is a lot shorter too. Like relative to the body, I think the arm needs to be shortened a bit. Like from here, definitely. It's way too long right now. It is way too long. We're just gonna like, you don't even really need the pom-poms. We're just gonna kind of do that. It's a little better, I think. Like it's one of those things where it's like, you get to like a plateau and you think, okay, the proportions are kind of in where they need to be. And then the moment you start like realizing, oh, I should poke at this to fix it, and the entire like house of cards starts crumbling down. Like once you realize like one problem, it's like, oh wait, everything is wrong. Every single aspect of this is wrong. Every little detail here is wrong. I want this to look good though, so I'm gonna keep like poking at it. It's kind of the nice thing about like doing like fan art kind of stuff is if it's something you're gonna show to someone else, even like indirectly, I guess. But like it's like, oh, someone else, this is like a gift for someone. I like it like a gift in like the way like fan art is, like a gift in the way fan art is, not like a direct gift, just like someone making something for someone else. But like if something is like fan art, there's always like the draw to make it better than you normally would. Because if you're just making something and you're just like having it for yourself, it's only something that you have. Like if I were making like one of those like comic things, like the way I did like a last drawing stream. Like, I want it to look good, but it's not like it's for anyone. It's just kind of something I made. There's a lot of parts where I was just like, I'll just kind of like slap that together. Who cares? It looks passable. It's fine, kind of thing. But it's like for someone as like a gift. It's like, well, I want this to look good then. Because suddenly it's like, oh, I'm doing this like I think it's like a nice way to try to like force yourself to improve because you don't want to like give someone like a crappy gift. You're gonna give someone like you, there's like the inherent want of like if I'm gonna give something to someone, I want it to be nice. I need to do that. I used to do that like quite a bit, and I think I don't remember why. I think it's just like I got busy and I kind of fell out of like a step with it. I don't know. Like once you stop doing something, even if it's something like that, it's kind of hard to get back into it. Also, like I took some time to just try to get better at drawing. Looks it looks fine, I guess. We don't want it to be fun. We want it to be good. Which again is probably gonna is a while away from where we current. Good is a while away from where we currently are. It's gonna take a while to get to good with this drawing. I should say like when I say good, I'm not expecting anything like I gotta have some realistic ideas of what I'm capable of with this type of drawing. I'm not expecting it to be like really good. I want it to be good though. I want it to be like the best of my abilities. The hand looks like it's not like too small. It looks it's all right, I guess. I think their arm is what needs to be fixed right now. I think there's like a bunch of details wrong with the arm. This isn't even the arm I was really focusing on. This is like a secondary issue. I was just like, oh, I need to fix like this like the arm like on this side, like this arm. Then that's pretty much it. And they're like, wait a second. Oh wait, this entire other arm is also completely screwed. Dang, God, I gotta fix that too now. Oh man. So I should probably I don't really know where to start though. I can't really tell. Is this still too long? I feel like a lot of times, like I'm just like a lot of times in my drawings are just me like bouncing back and forth between this limb is too long and oh god now it's too short. Oh god now it's too long. Oh god now it's it's just a constant back and forth between that. If people didn't have limbs, I think I'd think a much better drawer. People just like every single person just didn't have, if we were all worms, I think I'd be a better artist. Like I probably could learn how to draw worms pretty well. Maybe snakes. Snakes have like faces though. That's hard. Worms don't have faces. Not in like the traditional sense. So like it'd be easier to draw. We should just I should like create like an evil device that turns everyone into worms. Put on my like I'll probably do that next week. Turn everyone into worms. See how that goes. Being a nice fun project. Arm it looks wrong. When will it stop looking wrong? What do I have to do to make it like what like a line? Where do I have to put a line to make it stop looking wrong? All right. So it's like it doesn't have the same the hand. I cannot tell if the hand is too big or too small. It looks like when I'm comparing it to the drawing, like the reference image, it's about that size I think. Then I look back and it's like that's too small. I look at the image, I was like, no, that can't be too small. It looks like what it does in that picture. I look back, I was like, no, it's way too small. It's driving me insane. I think this is the deceit part of the fortune. I'm being lied to by my own eyes. What was the other one though? Like the magician upside down is deceit. What was the star upside down again? Wasn't that like what was that called? The star upside down is like XVI insecure. Yeah, actually, this fortune is sounding very accurate now. Not being able to tell what I'm looking at, and also feeling insecure about it. So this is getting pretty accurate. Pretty accurate now that I think about it. Why are they always sad fortunes though? Like, why can't I get some face-up cards? Is it just my destiny to always have bad luck? Yeah, the hand looks wrong. Yeah, I'm looking at it again. This looks very wrong. Oh wait, I think I know why. It's because this line is supposed to come from here, not from this finger. And that's why this one also, like, it should be like that. It should look more like that. And then this can go, like, this can come down a bit. This is like ball thing, come down a bit. Like that. Like that. Kind of around those lines. I think that the wrist strap is also might be a problem, but the wrist strap doesn't need to look great. As long as it's like obviously like a strap. I'm not gonna be too like I'm not gonna get too bogged down by like, oh, is it the same like size as the other one? Like I'm not gonna try to be like accurate in that because it's like when you're talking about like body parts, you want it to be like you want to make it look, all you want the sizes to be accurate. When it comes to something like a wrist strap, it doesn't matter if it's too big or too small. As long as it's not like absurdly too big or absurdly too small. If it's like kind of the right size, like it's fine. So that's not something where you're gonna get like an uncanny valley vibe if like the wrist strap is like the wrong size. Within reason though. Within reason. Like you don't want like a 2 centimeter like wrist strap because that's just gonna look weird. I think hold on. So I'm looking at this thing and also the hand I think it needs to curve a bit more. Let's go like that. Maybe this, I think this part of the hand is also a bit like that, maybe? Now it might be too small. Now it might be too small. Now it might be too small. like let me just scale it up a little bit and see how that looks. I think it's like at a size where I can scale it up a little bit and it'll be fine. Maybe that's a bit better. It's not like too big, I don't think. Yeah, gosh, I'm not really a good judge of that stuff. Never seen a hand before in my entire life. I don't know what size we're supposed to be. It could be like twice the size of their entire body. I wouldn't know. Just gonna draw a vague facsimile of the like pom pom. That's kind of what it looks like according to the reference image I'm looking at. It's a little bit bigger though, but it's kind of in that vein. Also, it's missing a bunch of details, but it's kind of like that. Ah, it looks. There's so many problems with the face. The eyes are like, well, it's obvious. Like, they're not right. Eyes are like just one of those things. Like I feel like I've made the change in like rotation of them like 50 times and it never looks right. Now it's like, oh man, that looks so wrong. I gotta tilt it. I gotta tilt it like back the way it just was. It's like, oh yeah, that's clearly how it's supposed to look. It's like it's like trying to sit down on a really uncomfortable chair. Where it's like you get in one position, it's like, oh man, if only like my like left leg was a little more elevated or something. I don't know. Like you're trying to like you get in like one position, you think if only like this was more like this. You get in that position, it's like, oh god, this is even worse. I should go back to that position. And you get in that position, it's like, no, that's terrible. The other position was better, and you just like keep switching between positions. Like it's never good. It's an uncomfortable chair. It's never gonna be comfortable. It's like a chair made of like bricks. You're never gonna be comfy on that thing. There's no cushion. Yeah. But that made a bit more sense in, like before I said it, but yeah, the eyes look wrong. I'll fix them though. I'll fix them eventually. I'll work. I'll slow. Oh god, I hate the eraser. You're like friggin' jump scared by the eraser. Oh, that doesn't look right. I just got like kind of like a slightly like closed eye on this side. Also, this part right here doesn't look right. Oh, that's way too big of a brush. Ugh. The more I touch them, the more I touch the eyes, the worse they get. It's like a scab. It's like I got this like nagging feeling. I gotta fix it though, because I do. Just these aren't like this is not like a passable eye drawing. I'll pick at it and it gets like inflamed. It's like it's already bad though. It's already a scab, but it's like again, unlike a scab, you can't like I can't like wait and hope this will like get better. It'd be funny if that was the case. We could like make like a really bad like drawing, and then you just like wait, and over time it'll just like fix itself. It's like they made like a stick figure and then wait like a year and then come back and it's like the Mona Lisa. Oh God! Is that like a stroke? Is that like a stroke? That's like what happens to you when you have a stroke. I'm so sorry. I think I gotta like flip it or something. But I do think this eye is a bit higher up than this eye, and that's what's making it look weird. And then when I like try to move it, it's like, oh no, it's completely wrong though, because everything's like wrong. Because like for some reason this part looks like it's way too. Wait, no, maybe it does need to be more like that. Maybe this looks wrong. I think the eye on the side that I'm currently working on is a bit wider than the other one. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be. That makes because sometimes like you'll need like one side to be a bit wider than the other if it's like at a different angle. Because you have to like foreshorten stuff. I don't know if this necessarily needs to be foreshortened as much as it is, or fore lengthened or whatever. So the nose looks wrong, but we'll worry about the nose when we get to the nose. We'll worry about that later. We have other stuff to worry about. A bunch of other stuff. We have so much other stuff to worry about. It looks a little better, I think. I'll change my mind about that in like a few seconds. I'll come back and look at it and be like, oh my god, how did I leave the eyes in this horrible predicament? I think I'm already seeing it. I'm already seeing it. How did I leave the eyes this bad? How did I think this was in any way passable? In what world is this what an eye should look like? It's inhumane, really. Let's go back to like one of these arms. I really want to get those out of the way. That's like a priority right now. I think one thing I need to work on is this should look a bit more like concave. And then the lower parts look a bit more convex because it's supposed to be like the muscle, like is kind of, like the gravity is pulling down on like the musculature of the arm. A little bit more like that. I don't know if that's such a minor change. I don't know if that's really going to affect anything. You have like minor changes like that are good if the drawing is good. Like if you have a good drawing and then you make minor changes like that, it's like, oh, that's nice. But if you have like a drawing that's like as like flawed as this is right now and you make a minor change like that, it's like that doesn't change anything. The arm is still fucked up. Like, congratulations, you added like gravity to the bicep or tricep or what the fuck that is. But it's like, yeah, but the arm is still just completely fundamentally wrong. It doesn't really matter if you have that minor like anatomical detail. You still have that whole thing like completely wrong. It's like it's like in what was it, like the Black Panther 2 movie when they gave Namor his like wing feet. And it's like, look guys, they gave him the wing feet. We got that comic detail right. It's like, yeah, but you changed everything else about him. Nothing else is accurate. It's like, well, we got the wing feet though. It's like, yeah, but that's not really like, I mean, that's cool. I'm glad you got that. That's a nice detail, but that's not Namor. It's like that. It's like, yeah, congratulations, you got one thing, but the rest of it's not really what it's supposed to be. I don't get why they have to feel the need to change stuff for comic book movies. Can't you just like be like, hey, this is what the character is. I'm gonna make him the character. I don't like when they do that. And then like it's especially like annoying when they make a change to a character for like a movie and then they just change the original stuff to fit the movie. Doesn't really happen as much anymore because they haven't really gotten any they haven't really gotten many like box office hits. So they haven't really been making any changes to suit the any like they're really making a whole bunch of like comic book changes to suit the MCU, I don't think. But like around when they were like really big, they did that. It feels like they did that a few times. Didn't they do that with like Star Lord? Didn't they like change Star Lord's lore because he was supposed to be like a Spartax prince? Didn't they like change him to be like the son of like Ego, the living planet? Didn't that just like did they keep that for the comic book lore or did they keep him as like a Spartax prince? He's like supposed to be like like the bastard son of the Spartax emperor. So he's like related to this. They're pretty much like the Noxians of the Marvel universe, if I remember correctly. Like very militant, very you know conquesty. Probably maybe like these. Now that I say they just are very similar to the Kree, but I guess like comic books like they need like world conquering aliens. Maybe they just happen to come up with both of them for different stories, and they both like stuck because they're in good comics. And that's like, oh, you can have you can have multiple like dictator like alien races. I think it's just that the Kree are a bit less like militaristic. Not in like the way that the Spartaks are more like hoo-ha, like brute force kind of military. And then the Kree are more like, like cunning kind of military. So this doesn't sound right though. I don't really know enough about the Spartaks or the Kree to say anything about that. I read like a decent amount of comics with them, but there's like so much that you can't, even if you read like several comics of them, you can't really say you're like a knowledgeable on the subject. Hmm. Hmm. The thing is, as I said, there's a giant bracelet, like right here. This is a terrible bracelet, but you get the point. So I can't tell what the wrist is supposed to look like because it's covered up. So I don't know what the connection of like the wrist to the hand is supposed to look like. Because for this drawing, I can't see it. It's like blocked off. I don't like it when they, because like I mean, of course they're not drawing stuff with, like, no one draws stuff with the intention of someone's going to use this as a drawing reference. But it's always kind of annoying when you find something and it's like, oh, this is like the closest thing I have to this pose. It would take me like 1,000 years to find another drawing where someone has their arm at this angle, in this position, in this way. But this is the only one I'm probably ever going to find of an arm like this holding this type of object. I mean, I guess the object doesn't need to be. I mean, maybe it does because the wrist needs to be in this particular angle to know what it would look like. And it's like, oh yeah, but this major detail is covered up. You just can't know what that looks like. It's always like annoying when that happens. I think I'm trying to like I think it's because like the presence of the bracelet is screwing up my concept of where everything is supposed to be. So I'm thinking about things like, oh, this needs to be closer to the base. The base of what? The bracelet that's not there. Oh, so because I'm like confusing the bracelet with like this part right here. Like, oh, this part, like this side of the hand needs to be closer to the base of the thing. I'm thinking like, oh man, I need to move it down. And I'm like, wait a second. I'm thinking about in relation to the bracelet. The bracelet's not even here. There is no bracelet in this drawing. So I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Also, I think this needs to be more like that. Looks. I think we need to focus on the arm now. I think the hand looks passable. The arm is going to be the focus now. And then maybe the face. The face probably comes. The face needs fixing. The face definitely needs fixed. Maybe the shoulders too. Shoulders are also a pain in the ass for me. Like this, like where the neck connects to the body and the shoulders. God, I hate that. Such a terrible thing. Terrible, terrible thing. Awful part of the body. Needs rework. Needs to be nerfed in terms of drawing complexity. It's like a part of the body that's like always covered up. Fucking always covered up by something. In every drawing, that part is always covered up by something. I'm never covering up in my drawings. So I have to like be like, oh, what does this area look like? Well, I don't know. I never draw that. Oh, but I want to know what it looks like. Ah, okay, who knows? I don't draw it. I mean, I can draw it. I can draw it perfectly, but I don't draw it though. Like, am I a fool for attempting to draw this part of the body? Is this like not the meta? This is not the drawing meta. Is the drawing meta to cover this part up of this like neck part up of the body up at any cost with whatever you can find? Yeah, I can't like add stuff to her costume though. Can't like add. I'm not gonna add details. This is like not like Marvel. I'm not gonna change costume design. Not the MCU or the DCU or like any live action adaptation of like any media ever, where I just change things for no reason. I guess probably like non-live D things change costumes too, but I feel like they're live like animation's usually a bit seems to be a bit more accurate than like 3D. Like, I mean, not 3D like as in 3D, like just like live action. Wait, did I say it? Animation seems to be a bit more accurate to costume design for characters than live action does typically. which is kind of lame because a lot of times like you want to see like I want to see this character in live action. It's like, well, you're gonna get a completely different thing. Like, oh, you want to see like Hawkeye in live action? You want to see someone with like the Hawkeye costume? No, 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 no. You can't get that. You can't get someone wearing a Hawkeye mask. No, 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 no. He's a guy wearing purple glasses. That's it. He's just a guy in like battle armor, like military uniform or something, like some tactical like military gear and like full like kind of tinted like Elton John glasses. That's all you're gonna get. Like, but in the comics, he's got like this like cool like mask with like no, you're not getting that. You're not gonna see that. And also from now on, he's never gonna wear that ever again. It's not his thing anymore because the movie caught on. Now he's never gonna wear that mask ever again. Oh, thanks. I guess. I want to see that character, but I guess I'm just getting a different guy. I guess he just okay. They do that a lot. I don't like. I hate it when they do that. Because sometimes like a character when they get like transitioned to live action looks really good. Like Deadpool. Like live action Deadpool looks so cool. So it looks like a comic character. And then like the Marvel Tom Holland Spider-Man outfit that looks really cool too because it looks like he looks like a comic book character. Like wow, that's Spider-Man right there. There's Spider-Man. There he is. He's got the eyes and stuff like that. That's Spider-Man. It's like, whoa, it's like really cool. But then like a lot of times it's just like, nah, I don't feel like doing it. I was gonna change. Like, imagine if they did that with the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. If they just made Chica like a duck. Like they gave her like white fur or something like white whatever, and gave her like a bill instead of a beak. You'd be like, well, what the hell? It's like, no, no, this is what she looks like now. This is what she looks like now. You decided this was better for the movie. And also, further depictions will always look like this. It's annoying. Sometimes you just want to see this character exactly as they are in live action, and I don't know. I think I hope companies kind of slowly realize that people prefer that. I think some ways they are, but in some ways they aren't. Like you don't need to reinvent because a lot of times the people are going to go see something or people are fans of something. They like, what are you worried about that people are gonna be like, oh yeah, man, I was like really into like the Avengers, but then I saw Hawkeye with his dumb mask, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. It's like, yeah, well, there's a big fucking green guy over there. There's like Captain America. He doesn't really look that like he looked kind of goofy. It's a goofy movie. Can't you like embrace it a little bit? Like he's gonna wear a mask. Like that's what superheroes do. Shouldn't be don't like chicken out. Like go full ham. You're making a superhero movie. Don't like chicken out and be like, well, what if people don't like superhero stuff? Like, well, they shouldn't be watching a superhero movie then. If they don't like superhero stuff, then tell them to go watch a different movie. But I need the broader, I need the broad appeal. It's like, well, losing your identity for a broad appeal is cringe. I doubt there's many people who would have been like, I'm not watching the Avengers if Hawkeye had a goofy mask. I don't think there's many people who would say that. I don't think so. Also, I think a lot of it is sadly a lot of it is actors want to have their face seen because they want to be known as the person who played this character. So they have to have their face showing at all times, always, all the time, forever. And that means they'll get like a cool costume, like a cool mask, and then they put it on, and they take it off immediately and never put it back on again. You get like one shot of them with the cool mask and then never again. Oh, how's it going? I am currently talking about comic book movies. Like, what's like a good example of that? It's like I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Talk about comic book characters who in live action get like if a character is supposed to be wearing a mask. Like for example, like Ant-Man. I think they did this in the most recent Ant-Man movie. Like Ant-Man's supposed to have a mask. He's supposed to have like the helmet thing. But then the actors have like they want to have their face shown. So they have like a whole bunch of parts where the guy just takes his mask off for seemingly like no reason or even like contradictory reasons, because you need to know who the actor is at all points. They'll just constantly take the masks off, constantly like oh I put it on for a little bit, take it off. I need you to know who I am. Take the mask off, like really constantly. Or they like have a character that's supposed to have a mask in the comics, and then like in the live action they just completely get rid of it because you need to know who the actor is. You can't have him wearing a mask. Did they even do that with like the mask, like the Halo like live action? They're like, yeah, like Master Chief never shows his face, but this actor wants to show his face. At that point, one thing. I think I know what you're trying to say. Like they're in like the quantum realm. They can like you're supposed to like have the costumes they have aren't just like costumes. They're like astronaut suits. They need in order to survive in the quantum realm. It's like you're like a human being is not supposed to be able to breathe in there. But then they're just like, yeah, let's take it off because I want you to know that I am this actor. I need you to know that I am this actor. So even though we established that you cannot take the helmet off because you will die, I'm going to take the helmet off and I will not die. Because I need you to know who I am. I need the shots of my face because otherwise they're gonna forget who I am. Yeah, we're gonna turn to normal size. Yeah, because the helmets maintain the size because otherwise their head would grow like really big. Yeah, they did a bunch of stuff like that where it's isn't there like one where like they established like oh if you shrink down something it maintains the same mass. So if you were to yeah, autocorrect sucks. Like oh if you shrink something down it has the exact same mass. You're just like compressing it. And that's why it's not like how their entire like a punching thing works where like he shrinks down and leaps. That's the entire reason why he's super strong when he's small. Is because he has like the same amount of mass like in relation to that size or something. So he's like a lot stronger. But then like they also do stuff where it's like he like shrunk down like him like shrunk down an entire building and like put it on like a two-wheeler and was like rolling it around. It's like but you said that it maintains that would still be the weight of an entire building. You cannot carry that around. So they do like a bunch of stuff like that. When Hank tried to tank on his keychain. Yeah. Yeah, like they did a bunch of stuff like that where it's like, oh yeah, like the mass needs to remain the same, but also it'd be really cool if he pulled out a tank right now, wouldn't it? Like, well, you said that you can't. No, well, just forget about that. Just forget about that. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah. Also, they changed like Modoc's like in what did they? What's some like weird stuff with Modoc? How did that thing have gas? The tank, I have no idea. I assume they probably would just say, well, the gas shrank with the tank, and somehow it unshrank with the tank. It's like a bunch of stuff they like they want to have like cool sci-fi stuff. I think one of the problems with a lot of like sci-fi stuff, especially stuff with that has like really like a lot of stuff going on, like like a cinematic universe, is they want to be like in depth and technical while not having to like be restricted by any of the rules of being technical. Like I want to have all this cool like scientific explanation for all my stuff, so I sound like really smart. Okay, then you have to like play by those rules. Then it's like, no, I don't wanna. To expire because gas expires after not that long, so I can have to put stuff in the gas can when you leave your car over the winter. I bet they I bet they just didn't think about that. Like, what was one thing that was like that? I think I was talking about, I think one of the other problems is, was it? Should like, I'm going to take another look at the art and make sure. The arm looks really stiff, I think is part of the problem. But, I think this was like a thing with, the Doctor Strange movie. Where, they ended up making, like Scarlet Witch the villain for that one. And apparently, I remember like hearing this, that I remember hearing that apparently they weren't going to have her be the villain originally. Apparently they were going to like have that movie like build her up as a potential villain for future stories. Because like it takes a bit of story to have a character go from like a good person to like a bad person. You need like steps to lead to that. And then there was like WandaVision that did set it up, but it didn't really set it up like enough. And it, at least I think even in their eyes, they wanted like more like setup for her to be a villain than just WandaVision. And they were gonna have like Multiverse of Madness be like the like more setup for that. But the director of that movie, Sam Raimi, was like, "But I think he said but this is like such a cool thing. I want to be the one to write her as a villain because that sounds like it'd be a really cool thing to write." It's like, yeah, but I think also it's like one of the problems they have with like switching directors is you'll have someone who has like he has like, oh, I have this vision for how I want Wanda to be evil, like how I want her to like act, how I want her to like turn into like how I want Wanda to look as a villain. And then they're like, oh, but if I just do this setup for this, then another director is gonna come in. They're gonna be like, well, I see what you're doing there with that character. But I have a different vision for how I want her to look as a villain. Now that since I am the one who's gonna do the movie where she actually is the villain, I I don't know. I don't think she's dead. I don't think she died at the end of Multiverse of Madness. I don't remember though. Pretty sure she didn't. No, she did. No, she did. She did die, but it was like like a kind of off-screen death. Yeah, she got like crushed by that one like the temple where the like evil book came from. It was like in a way where it's like they could probably bring her back. Because like, you know, you've seen like all others died. Mm-hmm. But apparently they were gonna have her like just like push her more towards being a villain in that movie. And the original villain was gonna be something completely different. But the director was like, well, I have this vision for how I want her to look as a villain. I want her arc to go this way. But if I don't do it during my movie, someone else is going to come in and then do their own thing. So if I want my opportunity to write this arc, I want to have it written, I have to finish it right now. I have to like have her villain arc start right now. The other oh yeah, it was like I forgot how that worked though. It's like no, wasn't it there was like only like one Wanda in like all the multiverses or something? There was some like crazy stuff like that. It was something like really like something like there was only one of them. I forgot how that happened exactly, but I think it was either like there's only one in any universe or like like she was supposed to be like the one who's like destined to rule over all the multiverses. And there's only one that didn't have a family. Okay. So like there's only like one like really evil one, I think. I guess it has something to do with like that place. I forgot a lot of the details. But I think it was like it's like similar to in terms of directing, I think it's similar to what happened with the Disney Star Wars movies. This from what I heard. what happened with that is was it the first one like the first director, I think the first director was J.J. Abrams. And he's known for like he like set up all this stuff in like The Force Awakens. A lot of it was just like he's pretty famous for setting stuff up and then not following through on it. But he did like set a bunch of stuff up in The Force Awakens. And then they switched directors for some reason. And then it was like Rian Johnson, who was like, well, I don't really like any of that setup. So he came in and he like changed a bunch of stuff. Like like in the first movie, it's like, oh, there's this guy called Snoke, and he's like really powerful and really scary, and we need to know what he's about. Because he's this like Sith Lord who's more powerful than Palpatine, who came out of nowhere. He's so mysterious. What happened with that guy? He's like he's a major part in the story. I wonder what happened to him. And then like Rian Johnson's like, oh well, he's dead now. Actually, just don't worry about him. He's dead. It's like, oh, or what was it like they brought up like like Finn having potential Force powers, but it's like no, just don't worry about that. They brought up a bunch of I think even like they did like a bunch of stuff like that where it's like they brought stuff up in the first movie. Oh, I think it was like the yeah, it was the in the second movie, Kylo Ren's like, you don't have any important family members. You're just a complete nobody. Because everyone was like, like theorizing about all this stuff, and he just came in and was like, I'm gonna like subvert expectations and change all this stuff. This is my movie. I get to do what I want. I think this would be cool. And then like then the third movie is J.J. Abrams coming back again. He's like, oh well, I actually wanted to do stuff with that. I'm gonna have to like just course correct again to get back to where I was. And I don't know. It's like some people like it's kind of like iffy on who had the better like idea of where to go from that. I think it's just like the entire thing suffered from the whole the which one? I'm talking about like the Star Wars right now, but the Multiverse of Madness was a bunch of just random stuff. Like Star Wars was like I think a lot of the problems with the Disney Star Wars was the switching of directors, because yeah, like if it was like one person telling a story, it probably would have worked a bit better. So you just have one person coming like, okay, I want this plot to start here, have these points and end here, set this stuff up here, follow through here. They had like multiple like big people coming in, like people who want to like have their vision be the story, and they just kind of like one person would build something up, and the next person would come in and knock it down, and then build their own thing up. And the other person would just come back in, knock that stuff down, and then build their own stuff back up again. And it just felt like weird in the end. Also kind of like a Multiverse of Madness. Yeah. It was like I think it's because the director wanted to do a bunch of stuff with it. Like there's stuff that was not supposed to happen in that. I think a lot of it's due to like Wanda. Because her like arc to become a villain, like she already was kind of like a bit like if not evil, then like settle on ideas. So yeah, I think they didn't they have to like rewrite the entire movie at some point. I think they either lost like the writing or had to like completely redo it. Like not that long before they had to release this. They had to redo a bunch of stuff. And some of it was like, oh well, Wanda isn't supposed to be the villain, but I want her to be the villain, so we're gonna rewrite a bunch of that stuff, and we have to dedicate a bunch of time to trying to explain why she's like a genocidal maniac now. Even though before she was like, she's a little cuckoo, but she's not, she's like, when she realizes she's like hurting people, she's like, oh god, oh goodness, I don't want to do that. That's bad. To like, I don't care if I kill a bunch of people. Who cares? I'm evil. A redemption arc one. Yeah, she had like evil. She was like kind of like, I would say she was like more like selfish in WandaVision. Like I'm willing to put aside the I'm willing to just pretend that everyone else is fine with this if it means that I get my way. As opposed to I'm perfectly fine if not glad with other people suffering if it means I get my way. And also like potentially like ruling like the universe kind of thing. I think this arm needs a lot of work too. This elbow specifically. I think I just undid the thing I was supposed to do with this elbow. In Civil War. I actually didn't see Civil War. So let's see that. So I know she was like wasn't that was like after Ultron, so that was probably wasn't that like when she was just kind of like on the run with Vision, where she's like kind of with him? I think that was like around that point. I think I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't know. I know like the plot of what happens in Civil War, like the basics, but again, I don't know like the specifics. So remember for Ultron. Oh yeah. But yeah, because she was evil in that. And then she was like, "Oh, I was just trying to fight for survival and with my brother, so I was willing to do bad things in order to what the hell?" The entire tip from my Apple Pencil came off. I don't know. I think I screwed it off. Oh, there it is. And in Ultron, she was like, I'm willing to put aside morals and like hurt people if it means I'm able to survive, kind of thing. And then like she was like, "Oh, well, actually, we'll treat you like a human." It's like, whoa, that's great. And then she falls in love, and then she's like, "Wow, I love Robo Willie. This is fantastic. I love this. This robot has a fantastic." No, I know there's a whole bunch of options here. There's so many options here to make about robot sex. I don't know, just robot sex is the joke, and she's happy with that. And and then like the robot gets like lobotomized by Grimace, and and he like is dead. And then she's like, "Oh my god, I should." Clearly the only action here is to remake Seinfeld, but with me and my dead husband, and I'll make some kids too. I'll make some OC children, some children OCs, and it'll be great. We're gonna be living in Seinfeld. It's like more like we're gonna be like Leave It to Beaver. I'm gonna kidnap a bunch of people too, but we're gonna be in Leave It to Beaver world. It's gonna be great. And then she like I think she like makes herself forget that like she I haven't even seen that. I've seen like summaries of that, but I think she like even herself forgets to yeah, I don't think she meant to do that. I think she just like those people were caught up in the crossfire and she didn't really realize what she was doing. Because then like they at the end when they're like, "Hey, all these people just want to go home. They've been trapped here for a long time and they don't enjoy any of this. They're like in a living hell right now." And she's like, "Oh my god, that's oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'll let you guys go. Sure. Oh god, I can't believe I was doing that." And then like the next appearance, she's like, "I like killing people." Goes from like, "Oh my god, I didn't know I was causing this much harm. Oh, how did I didn't mean to do this. I'm so sorry to I like killing people." Killing people is my favorite thing to do. I'm evil. I like kicking puppies and bullying orphans and stealing candy from babies and then punching them. It's like, huh. That's kind of, I feel like we missed something here. It's like, no, don't worry, it's fine. It's a reasonable character progression. She really loved her kids. That didn't exist. And from I've heard, they weren't really that important in the TV show. Again, I don't really, again, I say like I've heard because I that could be something that's like misinterpreted. Because sometimes when people say like this wasn't that important, then like you watch things, it's like, oh, they're a pretty big part of that. I don't know. Like, I think the idea of them being unimportant makes it funnier. So I hope that that's the case because that'd be hilarious. There's like all these like random kids who showed up in like a few episodes. Yeah, I need those kids. What about my husband? I don't really care about him actually. I don't actually care about my husband. I mean, I did the entire thing to get my husband back, but the kids now. It's all about the kids. I heard like didn't like Vision kind of like come back at the end of WandaVision in some way? So he's like potentially still alive, but instead of searching for him, she's like, I need my kids. The kids who were never actually real in my universe, but I need him back. Screw my husband who I did all this for. I need my kids. What? Hmm. And this hand right here is what's kind of like screwing with me. I have no idea what it's supposed to look like. I don't even know if there's supposed to be a hand here. If I were to like just draw some like pom-pom bullshit here. This would be so annoying if I would actually have to draw that. All those details for this. I don't want to draw like this like leafy like pom-pom. I want to just draw like a fuzzy thing. Just want to draw like a big like fuzz ball and call it there. Not like an actual thing with all these like little like I should put the red where it's all these like different little like paper things. All these individual things. I'd much rather just draw like a big fuzz ball. And just like kind of a vague outline of like a fuzzy thing and then call it a day. I don't think I can keep track of all those things. But yeah, like for some reason they comic book stuff, like comic book movies, it's really annoying when they can't like a lot of them can't just be what the character is. And it's always kind of frustrating. Like even like Miss Marvel. Like they changed her from the comics, which is weird because you think like, oh, that's wait. The military was controlling his dead body. It's weird because that's showing up on the stream, but not on the actual like chat here. It's weird. Refresh chat. Oh god. Huh. Weird. I can see it on my screen, but I can't see it on the like actual like chat thing. Hmm. It's like they sent him in to like a tell her like, oh, you're doing something wrong or something. That makes sense. But you kind of think like, oh, well, Disney would probably get like Miss Marvel's character, right? Because like they made her. Like that's like one of their characters. Like that's one of the characters that they like one of the first characters they made when they really started making like their Marvel Now stuff was Miss Marvel, like Kamala Khan. It's like, oh well, yeah, they're probably gonna do her right, and they don't. Completely change her powers. She's supposed to have like Monkey D. Luffy like stretching powers and stuff like that, and also growth and shrinking and stuff. Like actually just like Mr. Fantastic, like Elastic Man, kind of like. I think Elastic Man's a better example, or like no Plastic Man. I mean, like like stretching and like growing abilities. But then they're like, I don't know about that. Let's give her like Green Lantern like hard light constructs that she can use to make like bigger like a big fist. Like she can make like a giant like crystal light fist as opposed to just making her hand really big. It's like, oh, that's kind of lame. And I think the reason why they did it is because I think it's because like for the Marvels movie, they wanted to have them all like her. They wanted to have like Carol Danvers, Monica Rambeau, and Kamala Khan all have like energy manipulation abilities. Because Monica Rambeau, well, I think she like absorbs energy. That's her thing. And then Carol Danvers like puts out energy. So there was this one thing where I think it was like one of the 2012 Captain Marvel comics where um like I think Carol Dan no like no it was like a Monica Rambeau was able to change into energy and Captain Marvel is able to absorb energy. So like Captain Marvel like absorbed Monica Rambeau, like she like energy vored her, and then like used that ability to go like Super Saiyan and like defeat some like really big enemy. They're like, oh well, if we, it's like, oh okay, this is cool. They have like different energy abilities that kind of like are different from each other, but can like work in tandem. And Ms. Marvel is completely unrelated to that. She's like an inhuman with like stretchy abilities. But like, nah, but we have to have her fit in somehow. We have to have her like her abilities fit in with like the energy manipulation stuff. So it's like, oh, we're gonna completely change her powers so she can fit into some like trinity of energy manipulators. It's lame because the comic book lore for her abilities is like pretty cool. It's like her like actual ability is like explained in like volume 10. So I think it's the last of her like original run. Like that's like the first her like original run is like 10 volumes and they finally explain her powers in volume 10. Where they're like, "Oh, actually her powers work by she teleports her own matter across time. So when she shrinks, she's like lending her matter to her future self. So she like her future self can grow really big. So every time she like and somehow like it maintains itself in equilibrium where the matter isn't created or destroyed, just shared across time. Either like borrowed so she can grow really small, or like either lend it so she can grow really small or borrowed so she can grow really big. I don't know how that would manage to actually like make itself like consistent because it seems like she grows a lot more than she shrinks. A lot more. So you think she'd like there'd be like erase herself from existence at some point because she's usually like stretching, like growing big and making her fists really big and stuff. Not like she does shrink a bit, but not as much as she grows. Like there's a well whatever. It's a bit cooler than just I can make light into big fist. It's like I feel it's a bit more interesting. It's kind of sad that they're like, oh, we're changing this core aspect about her abilities because I wanted to see like stretchy stuff. I want to see like her like doing stretching fighting and stuff. So that's I would have gone to see the movie if it weren't for that change. Honestly, I heard that movie's doing pretty badly. I don't want to say that's the reason why, or even part of the reason because like oh it's because they changed this stuff and even the fans don't want it, of the character don't want to see it because they made it too different. The only people who are gonna watch that are fans of the characters. There's a lot of people who don't like Captain Marvel, so you're only gonna have the fans coming in, and the fans of like Miss Marvel won't like it because they're gonna want to see her powers like accurately conveyed. I feel like that's a bit too. It's a bit kind of like not enough people to justify that small of a box office. So it's not. That's like a majority of people like buying tickets. It'd be like a small amount. Arm is really screwing me up. Maybe I could like see. Okay, is she wearing a glove? She's not. So this makes the hand look really. Cause it like maybe this is locked, but the hand is like white and black, but this hand doesn't have a glove, so that's kind of screwing me up. I don't know what the hand's supposed to look like here. I like to just cover it up, honestly. If I could just like cover it up with some stuff and just not worry about that, that'd be nice. I don't know if I can do that though. Oh god, looks so wrong. Looks that's whatever I'm doing, that's not it. That's not the strategy. I feel like I tried looking up pom-pom references and I couldn't find any good ones. That's what she said. I don't even remember what I said. I don't even remember a single word I said. Like hold on. Isn't that like a okay. I'm gonna try to look up some like pom-pom references. I'm starting to doubt, like, are pom-poms ever drawn like fuzzballs? I'm pretty sure they are. Pom-pom cheerleading. Oh god, they're always drawn like these little like paper. Oh no, yeah, no, they are. They're always drawing these like fucking like paper things. That's what they are. I was a fool for thinking I could draw them as these like fuzzballs. That's not what they are. That's not how they're ever drawn. Oh god. There's like easier ways to draw them though. Like one here looks pretty reasonable. Where there's like drawn kind of like this. Kind of like that. And it just kind of has like some like lines denoting that there is like some stuff going on there, but not the actual like. Just some stuff like this. So it's like clear that is stuff going on there, but you don't have to draw every single individual little like paper thingy and like how it works in relation to each everything else. It's like angled wrong though. I'll need to fix how everything's angled. It's be more like this. It's a start. It's a start. Once I get like that done, it should look a bit better. I can figure that out. So I think some of these things is just like if a shape isn't properly defined as what it is, it'll just look weird. You can't tell these are like pom-poms, they're just gonna look strange. And they need to go like that angle. I was having them go like up and down the other time. They need to go like side to side, because that's the direction they're going. other thing I saw recently was I don't know if I talked about this, but I was watching one like the most recent Critters movie, which was Critters is like it's like one of their one of the few like notable movies that came out of the like Gremlins era of horror movies. Like the three like big ones I think were like Gremlins, of course, Ghoulies, and Critters. Ghoulies is like, you know, like this guy summons a bunch of demons. They're like these little demon things, and they just, you know, like, do demon stuff. And Critters is like a bunch of aliens are being. The first movie is like a bunch of like little alien fuzzballs are being transported to like a either being gonna be executed or transported to a prison. But pretty much they're like this galactic scourge that just goes planet to planet and just eats everything. Like a intergalactic invasive species. And the first movie is like them landing on Earth and like, you know, destroying a town. Or like, you know, ravaging a town at least. And like this family having to like you know, band together to like, you know, they like they're attacking like the family's house. And the family has to like, you know, get together to fight out the aliens for long enough until like, these like I think the bounty hunters show up in the first movie, maybe it's either the first or second movie when the alien bounty hunters show up again. But it's like a kind of goofy movie, but it's a fairly decent film. And then they like pretty much every movie follows that formula of the aliens invade, and it's usually like very small scale, despite being like a planetary invasion, because it's like the way they work is they eat stuff and they reproduce, and they eat and they reproduce, and they eat and they reproduce, and eventually there gets to be so many of them they just can't be stopped, because the critters die very easily. Like it's very easy to kill one of them, but the thing about them is they just multiply like crazy. So in like really big numbers, they're hard to take care of, and that's I guess what the premise is. They land somewhere, take in this very like kind of secluded area, grow like to huge numbers, and then take over the planet. So there's these like little fuzzballs that go around eating everything. And also, fun fact, Critters 3 is the first movie Leonardo DiCaprio was ever in. He was like a kid in that movie. That was his first movie. I think that's kind of funny. But then in like Critters 5, which is Critters Attack, they it's like the same thing happens. You know, like they invade a town, and they start eating stuff. They start eating people. But then like the good guys find this like black and, because usually critters are like black, they're like just black hairballs. They find this one that's like white with like black stripes. And that one looks cute, as opposed to the usual ones that are like, you know, like gross looking. They look gross and evil usually. But they find this like cute looking one in the woods, and it's friendly. Like, that's weird. That even has like these big like eyelashes. Looks like kind of comical. I'm like, that's weird. Like, oh, I'm pretty sure she's gonna be like super evil in the end, and she's like leading them on because she's a critter. She's got to be evil. It's a horror movie. There's got to be some type of twist here. But, like, plot twist. There is no plot twist. She's just a good critter. Actually, the plot twist is she's the queen of the critters, which is weird because they're not supposed to have genders, really. They're just supposed to be these like amorphous like agendered creatures that just reproduce by themselves. And then suddenly they introduce like, oh yeah, there are girl and guy critters, and the only ones you've seen up until now are the male critters, because those ones are evil. And the girl critters are actually really nice and sweet and good, but the boys are evil. And this good queen girl critter had to come to Earth to stop the evil men from taking over the Earth, because the queen is good. Because for some reason they have a government, even though they're like really dumb. They're not that smart, but for some reason they have a government and like a queen, and for some reason they have a government that is against world conquest. even though that's what they're known for is world conquest. Somehow they got an elected official who's against that. I guess queens aren't elected, but you know what I mean. Somehow like they managed to have the resources to like do invasions when their government is against invasions and they're not smart enough to have like actual infrastructure. They assume not, because in the first movie they get to Earth by accident because they're just being transported somewhere. But I guess at some point it's like, oh, they actually have like they're just space travelers. I think in the first and second one it was like some eggs were left over and that's how they survived. And then like in the most recent one they came by their own spaceship. I think usually they're not supposed to have that much autonomy in terms of like going to places. It was just weird because it's like, why introduce why would they have like different genders of critters? Well, they're called krites, but why would there be different like male and female krites if they can reproduce? The males can reproduce by themselves, the quote unquote males. If they can reproduce, why would there be females? It doesn't make much sense. It does not make much sense. It's like one of those I think the movie came out like probably like 2016 or something, so it's kind of suffering from the whole like girl power kind of like stuff that those movies had, which is like fine because the movie's fine. I still like the movie. I still think it was a fine movie. I thought that was it kind of took me, not because like the girl power stuff mostly. The main thing that bothers me is the fact that it doesn't make any sense for there to be female critters or for them to be like a good faction of critters there. They're supposed to they're supposed to just be these fuzzballs that go around eating stuff and reproducing with not much thought behind what they're doing. Just I eat, I make baby, they eat. And then if there's no more food, go somewhere where there's food. It's not like evil or anything. It's like I want to go to a place and eat. And then you introduce like, actually, there are critters who are against it because their entire reproductive cycle, they constantly need a supply of food. Like that's how their species works. It's not like an ideology thing. That's how they operate. It would be like if what are they called, like tarantula hawk moths? It'd be like if they just introduced like a different faction of those. I think those like wasps that I forgot what they're called. They're those wasps that lay eggs on tarantulas. You know, the larva like hatches and then the larva like eats the tarantulas with the outside or the inside out. Imagine if it was just like, actually, there's a different faction of those guys who are actually against eating tarantulas from the inside out. And they don't do that. They actually lay their eggs in artificial tarantulas. So no actual tarantulas are harmed. It's like, that's dumb. I feel like if they were to like introduce like a group of predators that are just like, we don't like hunting. We're just gonna stay here and never hunt ever. We're vegetarians. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. It's possible, I guess, but it doesn't seem. It just seems weird. The only thing I did like about that movie though was they used puppets like they did in the originals. They very easily could have been like, oh, we're just gonna make them CGI now. I think it's pretty nice that they're like, no, we're gonna make them these like goofy like 1980s looking puppets. I really appreciate that the movie did that. That was very nice. Because movies they look very 1980s. They look very like cheesy and goofy. And I really love them. That part of the movie was made, and also like the a lot of like the violence scenes, I guess, like the where the critters are doing critter stuff was really nice. I really appreciated those scenes. The thing is, also the ending was weird. The ending was also very like awkward. It was The ending, I don't really. The ending's not really that impressive in terms of its awkwardness. It's like the female critter is like interesting in terms of how like weird it is for the lore. The ending was just kind of like, it's like they find all these this huge ball of critters. They form into a giant ball when then they just roll around and eat stuff, and then they just blast it with a big laser and they're all dead, and that's the end. It's like, oh, that was very anticlimactic. They just this big ball of them, they just boom, one hit, they're all gone. And then it's like they explode and immediately end credits. It's kind of weird. It was a weird ending. I've never actually seen the fourth movie because like the DVD I have is like all 4 movies in one. Well, the first 4 movies in one. For some reason, it would not let me select the 4th movie, so I just kind of gave up on that. Oh god. I think I'll have to work on the shoulders a bit like after this. The arms look. I feel like a lot of the work for this has just gone into fixing the arms, and they still look so wrong. Like they look way too small. So the arms should be able to if you're standing up. Let me just like stand up so I can like just to be sure I'm not like schizoing myself. Your arms should reach down like your wrist should be like where like your crotch is, and your hands kind of go a little bit below that. It's like if you're drawing, I feel like it's kind of useful sometimes to do this. Like, does that look like it's where an arm would be normally? Not really. It doesn't look like it's long enough to be like where the arm should be. I wonder, should I just because I think the shoulder is probably big enough. If I just do that, looks a little bit better, I think. I need to make this whole thing bigger though. So it doesn't like droop down as much as the other one does, and I want it to be like the same size. Like that, maybe? Kinda. It looks too sometimes it's got like a bad haircut. That makes some sense. It's like really like I don't know what the right word is, like jagged? Mm. Reminds you of this is like Toontown music. Like, this is like Daisy's Garden. When this is it's like Daisy's Garden music. Like, Minnie's Melody Land, I think, is different. But it sounds like it sounds like Daisy's Garden music. I haven't played that game in a while. Oh, that looks wrong. Wrong. I guess like yeah, I guess like it's kind of weird to say it sounds like Daisy's Garden because Daisy's Garden music is made to sound like this, not the other way around. I guess I wasn't really implying that. I think it's like this isn't should be more like angled towards It's all just like stuff coming from like branching out from a central point. So it should like reflect that. So what does the ugh. Okay, so it doesn't really go up this high, so it kind of go like that. Looks like it's too small still. I think the arms look too. She looks like the right now she looks like she has the body to arm proportions of like the Beast Titan. So it is like not in terms of length, but in terms of like width. Or just this like really wide body and these like really thin arms. It's like bothering me. Then if I make them thick, then it's like because you look they're about as thick as it look in the reference I'm looking at. If not a little thicker. Maybe the head's too big. Maybe that's what's wrong. I think the head's a little too big. I think that might be part of it. Head and the neck, I think. That might be what's throwing it off because the head's a pretty big part of the body right now. I think the size of that could probably change the perspective of it a little bit. It's a little bit better, I think. So a lot of it's like the arms look wrong in proportion to the head, and the body looks wrong in proportion to the head. If you're just focusing on the head and the body and the arms, you're like, well, these, no matter how I change them, they still look wrong because they're wrong in proportion to the disproportionate head, maybe. It's probably still wrong, but like, it's probably one aspect of it that could be fixed. Oh, heads. I think also the waist is probably a bit too thick. Yeah. But this needs to be like cut down like that. It's a little bit better, I think. What other stuff has happened recently? Hmm. I'm looking at my like a. Oh, hello, Vucky. ABX. I pronounce that right. Okay, I'm just looking at my collection of like comics to see if there's any like story I can be like, oh man, that one did this, like or something. This is Wait, do I even have it up there? It should be in G. Yeah, Gunblaze West was an interesting one. Gunblaze West is like it's supposed to be a bird. This is the first time I've been called a pear. I don't even like pears. I'm not a pear. I do look very pear-shaped though. I've been called a pickle like a bunch of times. I don't think I've ever been called a pear though. It's weird because I look a lot more like a pear than a pickle. If I was a pickle, I'd be like lumpy. But I'm not really lumpy. I'd be a very weird looking pear. Or a very weird looking pickle. I think I've referred to myself as like gourd shaped. Like pear seems like the most accurate I've heard so far. Alright. I think I could like move this up. It'll probably look a bit better. Remove the legs. Yeah, that is true. That is very true. I look more like a pear than this. One, I'm hoping to like new. I say working because I haven't really done anything since the past stream. The other model should hopefully fix that. Hopefully fix that because it does. That was more circle shaped. So I'll look less like a pear and more like a green apple. Which in my opinion would be a step up because I'm more of a fan of apples than pears. You can tell I'm crazy. I don't move the. Oh yeah, the legs and the hat. There's also like the face. I mean, you could put a hat on a pear, I guess. It's like you could say like, oh, I take the hat off and there's like a pear stem under the hat. Feels like something that could be there. You remove the hat and there's just a brown stem poking out of my head. The wings just like are like the wings are barely visible. They're there. So hold on. Let me check something. Aren't these like a the shoulders are her actual shoulders. So I can be like, oh well the sleeves don't need to like match up to the proportions of the arms. They can be like a bit wider. The shoulders should be proportionate to the arms because they're actually just part of her body. Is that like accurate to? It's about right, I think. Maybe. You understand. I understand the very basics of it. Like I understand like the very simple parts of it. Because when it gets like more complex stuff, my brain falls apart. I've tried to do like more like technical drawings. So, like even like when I see someone doing a more anytime I see someone doing like digital art, I do not understand a single thing they're doing. So I only understand like gorilla brain, draw a picture, one layer, like color, maybe color on a different layer, but that's about it. Anything beyond that is just like I cannot fathom it. I have like the drawing like a style IQ of like a caveman. Like me draw on cave wall. What mean layer? Cave wall only have one layer. There only one layer on cave wall. That's like the start and end of my knowledge on like actual like drawings, like strategies. Oh, it's Christmas music. Pretty sure. Pretty sure it's Christmas music. Hold on. They say the title on this. This is like a Paladin music, classical music for reading, Mozart, Chopin, Debussy. Funny name. Funny name now. Green Slevs. 30 trad. Based and trad. With variations are for cello and violin. This might not. It's like a Christmas song, isn't it? Green sleeve, not green sleeves. Maybe it is green sleeves. Maybe they misspelled it. It's called green. Wait, no. Wait. I'm confused. That might be green sleeves. Fine. Okay. It says green slevs. Hold on. This is what it says as lyrics. Green sleeves was all my joy. Green sleeves was my delight. Green sleeves, my heart of gold. This sounds like a green sleeve sounds like the name of like a folklore demon. Like I feel like if I were to look into a mirror and say green sleeves 5 times, I would instantly die. It sounds like the name of like a monster. You better watch out, kids. You better not stay out too late or green sleeves will get you. He'll drag you down into the swamp because his sleeves are actually made of like seaweed. I guess there's probably actually there's no seaweed in a swamp. I don't think. There's like swamp plants. That's why his sleeves are green because he's covered in swamp plants. He drags people to swamps and eats them. It's gotta be. They gotta make a movie about that. I guess sell the rights to that to Hollywood for like $5. I'm gonna buy myself a sandwich. It'd be a small sandwich though. I don't think they can buy much anymore. I'm not sure. I haven't bought a sandwich in a while. I don't know. I don't know if I want to try that out. I don't want to die to some like. I just like some like the monster's like, huh? How'd you find me? How the hell did you find me? I'm like, really? No one knows about me. How the hell did you find me? He's like, I just granted something. I just had to kill you now. I don't know. Sorts. My nine like my claws are all dull and stuff. I don't even know if I have a. I'm too old. I'm too out of style. I'm too like rusty. I don't even know if I could kill you if I wanted to. I like this version of the story because it means I don't die. It's just like the monster just shows up in the mirror like with the cigarettes like green sleeves. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. We need to bring you back from. It's like he goes in like one of those like action movie things where it's like, you know, like here we go. We know you're the best of the best. We need you for this mission. I'm retired. No, this mission is very important, and you're the only one who can do it. And what's in it for me? I can give you enough money to get surgery for your child. We know he has, we know he has an obsession with Funko Pops. We know like 50% of your paychecks go to buying Funko Pops for him. We can fix that. You really can fix my boy? Yes, sir. I'm in. Like one of those type of situations. You know. Imagine some Mississippian swamp creature on a plane taking Uber halfway across the country. Like, ah, shit. Ah, God. Someone called me. It's all the way over there? Fuck. Don't they know how expensive it is to travel around in the spirit realm? Let's say maybe in the spirit realm. Maybe even funny if it was just some guy. Like some guy who just exists in reality. He just has to, like, he just say, like, you look into a mirror, say his name 3 times, and he just walks into the room. He doesn't come through the mirror. He just breaks into your house and walks down. It's like, I'm gonna get you. Just stand there for a couple days. I'll get over there eventually. Just like walk. I guess like he travels by like car because he can't get on a plane. So he does it like if he's like in like Florida or something. Just like drive like all the way up to wherever you are. And you just have to stand there in the bathroom and just wait until he gets there. And you maybe like even like unlock the doors. It's like, yeah, come in. The basement's down. The bathroom's down here. Yeah, just come down here. Okay, now you can kill me. It's like, you think I'm supposed to travel through the mirror? No, Bloody Mary's got full control of that. She bought the rights to that stuff. Patent. Patented magic technology. Don't let murderers fly. Like, I mean, yes. There's probably been quite a few murderers who have flown on planes. Plus, they're in the living room. Imagine like they're in the living room because like I know you're in this house. I don't know which room you're in. Where's the bath? I'm just gonna hang out here. I don't want to find the bathroom. It'd be funny if like imagine if like he finally gets there. You're just sitting on the toilet taking a shit. And he just closes. Just like, oh shit! Just, hold on. I'll finish that up. And then I'll come in there. Oh shit! You're busy. I'll just once you're done, just come out. And I'll kill you in like in some other room. Would that work better with like Bloody Mary? If it's like you're just sitting on the toilet. It's kind of like you're like toilet's like really close to the mirror. You're just kind of looking at like, hey, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Just comes in. Oh my, oh gee, Christ! Can you wipe my ass, Bloody Mary? It's like depending on like what like lore, like sometimes she just like Bloody. Sometimes she doesn't kill people. Sometimes she just like scratches people, or sometimes she just like spooks people, or sometimes she just doesn't do anything. I feel like if you were to do that, no matter what version you get, you would die. No matter what you do, you get like no matter what kind it is, you would get murdered. Even if it's like a peaceful ghost, I don't think they let you live after doing that. Which you could do, try to pull down Casper and kill you. I think this is. I think go more like that. It's a little bit better. Sounds like I thought this is like a very simple like tone, whatever. Reminds me of like a Zombie by the Cranberries. And their bombs and their tanks, and it's a very simple like tone though. But that's immediately what comes to mind. Like there's a second where I was like, should I check to see if this is like a classical music rendition of that? Like no, this is not that song. It's just a very simple like chord progression or whatever it's called. I don't really know music terms. Hmm. Face should be the next priority. Because I can't really look at the reference for the face because it's at a different angle. To find something else to look at. Hmm. Question is, do I just draw her nose like everyone draws anime noses, or I just do that? It always looks so wrong to me though. When people draw, when I draw that, it looks so wrong. It looks so wrong. It looks like a hole on the middle of her face. I think it's because you're supposed to put like a highlight there, but maybe it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be like flatter too. It's just so weird that noses are drawn like that, where it's like the tiniest little detail. It's so weird. You think that like the people who like draw like these type of characters are ashamed of the fact that they have noses at all, and would just rather just not have them. I guess it's fine. You don't have to hide the fact that you have a nose. Like it's fine. Noses can exist. they're all drawn. I can't even find like one. I'm trying to look on like Danboru for like references. I don't think I can find one reference where the nose looks like a nose. They're all dots. Every single one of them is a dot. It would look more like this though. It looks wrong to me. It's wrong. Every single one of them looks like that. Right? No, it's also like that. Then it's like, if it's so small like this, it's also kind of like hard to draw because it's such a minor little line. But if you place it wrong, it looks so wrong. It looks so noticeably wrong. At least when I do it. It's because I never draw it like that. It just looks so unnatural to me. It looks so wrong though. I feel like when I see it on other drawings, it looks fine. Or if it's like a perspective thing. It's like maybe it's too far to this side too. It's like a pumpkin. She has like this kind of like pumpkin nose. My mind like autofills like this in. Even that looks better than that. It's like a little bit better. I guess. Such a weird way to draw noses though. Alright. Kinda. Yeah, Gunblaze West was kind of interesting because it was like best way I could describe it would be One Piece if One Piece was about cowboys instead of pirates, and if there was like no um if there was no like fish people or anything like that, and no like devil fruits. Like it has like the very similar art style and kind of like similar like I don't say it's more like almost kind of not probably I think it's like the fights almost kind of reminded me more of like JoJo though. Not in terms of the stand stuff, but in terms of like crazy stuff I think it probably was more like One Piece, but there's this one scene I remember in particular where he beats someone by like using the discharge like bullet shells from his revolver to like burn a guy, and that's how he defeated him. So he had like one of like the discharge shells like land on his face and like burn him. I think that was like a minor part now that I think about it. It was mainly just like stuff like kind of like regular like gun stuff. But it was it's like the idea is like instead of One Piece, they want to go to the I think it was actually just called the Gunblaze West. There's like great like hidden land where the real cowboys are, and they gotta find like fractions of a map to get there. And it was pretty good. Like the character, like the fighting was pretty good. The art style was pretty good. The setting was interesting. The villains were cool. It was a really entertaining. But the thing is, then like at the end, it's like, oh, we're gonna have to have like a like the map led to this one place where it didn't lead to the actual Gunblaze West. It led to like this like battle royale. Like all these like the true cowboys were led there. This huge battle royale, and only the ones who survived are actually able to start the journey there. It was really cool. All these different people fighting, these like really unique characters. They all get this whole like lineup of characters that gets introduced, and they're all about to head off, and then it ends. That's the end of it. There's nothing past that. That's the complete, absolute final end of the story. And apparently, it's because the author said that he like I think he couldn't keep with the. Hold on, I think it was published. What publication company was it? It was Shonen Jump. And Shonen Jump has like crazy like deadline requirements. So when I heard like the author just could not keep up with the deadlines. Like it was just so like work intensive because they expect like I think it was like a new chapter per week or something. It's like a lot of work because like that's a lot of because I can't even like couldn't even finish like one page of a comic in like a week. That'd be hard for me. Like it's something that was like publication worthy. But finishing like an entire chapter and getting all this stuff like properly inked and the story all planned out, all like the everything ironed out perfectly every single week, like forever. That's crazy. So I think at some point he's just like, okay, I can't do this. So he had to like quit after like volume 3, which on one hand is sad because it's like the story was really good. On the other hand, it's like it's cool that he found a way to end it in some kind of way. It still feels like an ending. Like if not like an actual like true ending, like a kind of something where you can be like, okay, I kind of see what happens from here. I can guess what happens from here. It does feel like the end of a part of a story, and it's better than just giving up and like not having any sort of conclusion. But it's still kind of sad. It's also like other stuff, like what was it? Like one of my favorite like a manga there is Reiko the Zombie Shop. Which is really good. Imagine like JoJo, like Stardust Crusaders type, like stand stuff, but instead of stands and like stand users, it's necromancers summoning zombies. And, like each necromancer has one specific zombie that is like linked to them, and they have like specific abilities. So they are like stands, but they're zombies. And the art style is great. It's really cool. I'm pretty sure there's even like a bunch of like JoJo references in there. Like one of the first like the first comic, like the first like volume, pretty sure it was the first volume, has the main character get decapitated, and then she ends up like decapitating her opponent and like moving her own head onto her opponent's body, and then like stealing her zombie. Because like her body has like her like sigil that the zombie's imbued with, so she steals the contract with that zombie, so now she can summon her. And it was like the sad thing about that is the manga's done, like it's complete, but it never got translated in English past like volume 7. And I'm pretty sure there's 11 volumes in total. So there's like 4 entire volumes, which is like more than half of what's already available, that just never got translated. So you just can't read. And I don't think they even have them like fan translated online. You just can't read them. And I think they got translated into French, but not into English. And I don't think they have any like any sort of like there's no like urgency to translate them because they're obscure. No one really knows about it. So there's no demand to translate them. So they're probably never gonna get like volumes like 8 through 11. Really sad because it ended on a cliffhanger. The story was getting so damn good. It was such a cool point in the story. It's like, well, nope, that's it. You're never getting another volume of that ever again. It was so sad. This is such a good comic. It was so good. It's like so freaking good. I would like to be able to check and see if they still have it. I'm really hoping that eventually we'll get the rest of that. Because again, I read that in like high school, and it's still like my favorite because the concept is just so good. Because it's like JoJo but more horror. It's so cool. Wait. Dun, 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 dun. For a second, I thought that was like it's just a burning memory. What's the original song for that called? Like Heartache? But the Everywhere at the End of Time version, it's just a burning memory from like that Dementia album. That sounds like some oversimplification, but that one the nose looks so wrong. I don't know if I like the nose like that. I know this is like how anime is like quote unquote supposed to be drawn, but okay. That looks really bad too. That looks really bad too. In the defense of that nose, this nose right now looks very wrong too. We're gonna look up like nose on like Danbaru and find like how I'm supposed to draw a nose because now I just want to I want like a assurance I'm doing this properly. And now I'm never gonna find one from this particular facial angle. Oh no, I found one. It's of like a lady in a skimpy nurse bunny outfit. Oh, it's Toho. Okay, that's why. I feel like at least half of all pictures on Danbaru are Toho. Don't quote me on that, but it just feels like it's the case. I like a good what's a good like reference for this face? Like perspective. Nothing. It's also yeah, like all these pictures are Toho. Like all these pictures on this page are like pretty much every picture on this page is Toho. I know is this. Oh yeah, okay. That was Yuffie. I just really need to check. There's a lot of times where I see a character, I'm like, that's this guy. I click on it. Like, actually, no, it's some random character from like Fate, Arknights, Blue Archive, Azur Lane, Anti Collection, Girls und Panzer, or something like that. Always like one of those things. I don't think I'm gonna find a good reference for the eyes. This is just Miku posing on a bed with a shit ton of guns. That's funny. That one's funny. Question is, how do I make the I probably bullshit my way of drawing hands on this side. Still feel like I haven't gotten it properly, like maybe that, just like that. That looks, I think I need one other like side like that. That looks passable, I guess. Okay, that line, I don't like that line. This looks fine. It looks fine. It looks okay. Fine. I wouldn't say the arms are done yet, but they look fine. And the goal should be the face now. And then maybe the feet, because she doesn't have any feet. She don't got no feet. Today's Friday, I would say it's no feet Friday. But it's not Friday. It would be like no sole Sunday. Sole is in like the bottom of your foot. I guess that works. I don't even know what I'm looking for right now. This looks cool. Oh, it's from like a ping pong manga or something. Look, these characters look so friggin' cool, and they're from a ping pong thing. I think. Maybe? Maybe not. I don't know. I actually don't know now. I just saw one character with a ping pong paddle. I'm like, this must all be about ping pong, but maybe not. I'd read the hell out of like a drama like manga about ping pong players. That'd be cool. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm looking for right now. How do I think I need a good reference image for like this face from this angle, but I don't even know how I'd find that. I guess this is kind of like it. I mean, it looks about like what I have. The reference I'm looking at right now. Chin is a little sharper though. At least more pointed this way. So what's with this line? I don't know why it's there. Something at the top of her head be lowered a bit. Like that. It's a bit too like pointy. Right, something like that. The eyes still look wrong though. Maybe it's because the pupils are off. This is too high. Maybe it's angled incorrectly too. Ugh. Tiny, like almost 10. That's a little bit better. I think maybe not with those lines particularly, but I think it's a great idea. That looks good. I think. Quote unquote good. I think this is because this is like her skin like bulges out here, and that's weird. And this should kind of like use that. And then this should like connect here actually. Hmm. I guess it needs to be flattened out a bit. Did that. We should mention that I read like a bunch of Star Wars books while listening to this playlist in particular. So I like immediately. There's a lot of these songs I like immediately mentally associate with Star Wars, just because I've like read so many like Star Wars books while like listening to those songs. I just like, oh yeah, this is the Star Wars music. I mean, not as much now because it's been a while since I've reading those books. At least it's been a while since I've listened to like this podcast too. Not podcast, it's like playlist. I still feel there's something wrong with the arms. Let me look back at the actual reference here. I think I might need to make this arm bigger again, slightly, a little bit. Like that. I'm trying to mentally judge if these are the same length. I don't know if they are. But it looks pretty accurate to how the reference I'm looking at is. It's not that far off. Let me add some like actual eyelashes. I'll probably do a bit of good. Just be like or like bottom ones, I guess. Any like all right, I guess. Oh god, do I have to flip the picture? I'm scared. I'm scared to do that. Any sort of semblance of like stability I have right now would probably completely crumble away if I were to do that. Like I'm gonna flip it and it's gonna go from like, wow, this looks like a drawing to, oh my god, that's not a human, that's not a person. What is that thing? Like uncanny valley. It's gonna be terrifying. I'm actually nervous to do it. I feel like I'm gonna like flip it and it's gonna look horrible. It's like, wow, if I put so much work into making it look somewhat decent, that if I flip it, it looks bad. I'm just gonna be sad. Oh my god. I mean, the eyes definitely look like they're. I'm seeing the problem with the eyes now. I'm seeing the problem now. I'm observing the problem now. I'm definitely witnessing it. How to fix it, I'm not sure if I can like do that as easily, but I'm definitely noticing it. That's a pretty big part, so you can like, whoa, get those like improved anyway. It's definitely for the best. But again, I guess that's true for like anything. If any part that you can like improve, it's probably better to do that. So I feel kind of nervous if I like don't talk. Oh yeah, it's fine. Have a good night's sleep and good luck at school. I'm probably be heading to bed like pretty soon too. Thankfully, I don't have to wake it up too early, but yeah, have a good night and good night's rest and nice dreams. Once I finish this eye, I will achieve I will achieve true happiness. It moved slightly. I don't know if it's a problem. Hmm. It needs to be angled slightly. It'd be like a multi-flip issue. I need to like flip it back and forth a few times to really get it. Yeah, maybe just move this too. But it ends up being to like flip it and then like return it, like fix it up and then return it back to the original position. And then like see it from that angle, fix it up from that angle, flip it back, and then like fix it up from that angle, and then do that until there's no visible problems. The eyes can be a bit tricky in terms of getting them both looking properly. If they're off, it's really usually pretty noticeable. You could have a pretty good like drawing that gets thrown off by like poorly drawn eyes. Is the playlist done? No, there's no way it's just done, right? Oh god, it's done. Now what do I do? Now what do I do? Music for studying? I mean, I guess it's pretty much the same. So we can do that one. I'm glad to have the music down low because I remember one time I got a copyright claim for playing this, but it was during the like one of those like reading streams. And I remember it was because the first one I think was the first reading stream. And I remember what happened it may have been the second one. I don't know. It was one of them. I swear to God, this song played on the other like video. It's fine. It was a good song. But I remember it was one of the like the streams. Like a text message? Oh yeah, okay. It was during one of those streams. And I remember I had this. I think it might have been the first one. My gut says it was the first one, but I ended up recording the entire stream. Like I read like several chapters of this book, and like I had it up for like a few days, I think, and then I get like a copyright claim, and I'm like, that's weird. But I guess it makes sense. I mean, I had this like this playlist on the whole time. I'm like, no, maybe they have like. You're thinking like, oh, but it's like Mozart songs. You think they wouldn't have a copyright to that? Like, I mean, it's probably Mozart's probably public domain. And I'm like, okay, I'll like watch it. And I think this might have been before then. It might have been like remember I rewatched it because I think I was trying to check the audio, and the entire video, I was completely muted. I was muted the entire stream. And it was just the music playlist playing the entire time. At first, like, why did they copyright strike me for this thing? I'm like, oh wait, it's because none of my voice was audible the entire time. It was just me on screen, like moving my mouth while their entire video played in the background. I was like, oh, that makes sense. That's a pretty fair copyright claim. I'm not gonna lie, that one's pretty fair. I redid that one, and then I remember like it's kind of I remember to stop that because I didn't have to stop it. I remember there's this one like one like the last stream I did was like I was like really close to finishing the book. I read like a whole bunch of chapters. I got like really far into it. And then like I was like, okay, while I'm waiting, I'm gonna like go on the internet and do something. And then like some like personal information popped up. And I was like, oh shit. And then I just deleted the entire stream. Because I was like, holy shit, I gotta get rid of this. Because I like panicked. And you know, like when they have like tailored ads, like here's where exactly like where you live, like, you know, blah 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 in this specific area. I'm like, well, shit. And I was like, oh shit, I gotta delete the entire stream. And then like a little bit after I deleted it, I was like, oh my god, what do you mean I could have just privated it and then edited out that portion of the video and then released it? I was devastated when I found that. I was like, wait a second. You mean I could just put that part out? I didn't have to like delete the entire video? I don't want to reread like 5 chapters of this book. That sounds like a pain in the ass. So I think it's kind of hard it's been kind of like getting back to that. The tip of the Apple Pencil fell off, and I've never had this happen before. I like I've been like fiddling with it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Can't draw without it. Where'd it go? Oh no, there it is. It's on the ground. All right. I think the goal is just gonna be finish the eyes, and then I'm probably gonna call it quits for today. But it's kind of hard to get back into something like that if you've been away from it for a while. Especially with something like that, where there's not much like there's no demand for me reading that book. But I was like, oh man, I gotta read it because it's like oh, I want to have like this like audio book up. It's gonna be so cool. And then like after a while, I was like, I don't know if I care anymore. Like when I was doing it, I was like, this is really hard. I'm not really that good at like reading like that. I've never really been good at like just like reading and like not screwing up constantly. Like even like when I would do like those like creepypasta readings, I'd be like it'd take like an hour to do like a 20-minute, like maybe not an hour, like it would take like maybe like 2 hours to do like a 20-minute like video. So maybe it took like a long, like the amount of time in relation to like actual video was like disproportionate because it would take me forever to like I'd screw up lines like a bunch of times and I had to reread it and reread it and reread it. Or like, you know, like mostly it was just rereading. And it would take like forever to get done with like a relatively short story because I every time I try to read I'd like stumble over my words constantly. So it's like it took me a while to even to do that because you know reading like straight for a long period of time kind of like wears on you. So I might return to, but I don't know. So I think it's like because like I really do like those books. It was like the Diggly Dan books. So I do like those books. The thing is, I don't. The first book is like the least interesting to me. The other books are like really just like goofy. Those like where the real like meat and potatoes are. I could just like say like screw the first one and move on to like the second one and try to do that, but even then, like I have to find like a good like time to do that. That's pretty good. I'll highlight that. Maybe it looks good now I'm looking at it, I'm not sure. I'm looking at it, I'm not really too sure if it does look good. You pull up like a reference for eyes. As in the reference I have here, but it's drawn, it's not like that consistent, I guess. Kind of varies. Yeah, the eyes kind of vary a bit, so I think I have a bit of leeway there. Also, this pupil is like thicker than the other one. I just need to just make sure it actually has like the same type of style of highlight there. Why is it also weird? I feel like this pupil is a bit too far to this side. Now this pupil looks too small. That? Now it's time to flip again. Looks better. I feel like this eye is just smaller than the other one. But it looks so, the pupils look so off now though. Did I rotate this or something? I think I did. Pretty sure I rotated that. It's almost there. Maybe. Yeah. I think that was fine. I don't know. It looks something about it is off to me still. Maybe this eye really is smaller. Not too sure. Definitely off in some way. The eyes should be the same size. I mean, we gotta make it a little bit bigger. Let's see if that fixes it. Grown at all? Might be enough. I think maybe this line needs to be more. Why is it like that? We're suddenly super fine. What the hell? What the hell happened? What the hell was that? That was scary. When I hit backspace and it didn't automatically fix it, I was terrified. I was like, oh god, did it just completely screw itself over? Like a permanent change somehow? Maybe this one needs to be smaller. Like maybe this eye a little bit bigger, and then I think it should be good. That's about good, I think. All right. That's probably about it. Probably about it. Yeah, I think that's probably about it for today. Hold on. I guess I continue this later, but for right now, I think it's probably about as good as it's gonna get. I'm tired. I think I made a decent amount of progress. But yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna go. I gotta go to bed pretty soon too. So, Aliba Delci, uh, Goodbye, uh, Sayonara, another language word for goodbye.